Hey there, welcome to my channel. I'm David Bugarin, and this is my GTI Hoppelman. If you're new here, I kind of am too, but I'm actually very excited to bring you more GTI content among other things that I really love. Whether it's entertainment or engagement or anything useful you might take from my videos, I'm just glad you're here. I've made a few videos so far, but I realized I haven't properly introduced myself. So today, I want to take you for a little ride and a chat to allow you to get to know me and Hoppelman here a little bit better. So grab your tea or your coffee or whatever else it is that you like to sip on, and let's go for a little drive and chat. All right, so first things first, my GTI. His name is Hoppelman. And the reason why I decided to name him Hoppelman is because, of course, being a German VW, I've talked about this before, but Hoppelman, I believe, stands for bunny rabbit, or it's a casual term used to refer to bunny rabbits. I believe there was even a German storybook character named Hoppelman. But of course, because this is the rabbit edition of the GTI, well, that naturally inspired the name. He is a 2019 Mark 7.5 GTI, and I absolutely love it. I've been the original owner, had it for 6 years now, and no issues. I mean, it's been absolutely reliable. I've kept up with the maintenance regularly as I should. Oil changes every 5,000 miles or so. I did tune it, so it's got about 10,000 miles now on a stage 1 93 octane tune from Equilibrium Tuning via that Cobb Access port. Some other little things that I've done to the GTI is I've modified the airbox. I pulled out that snow grate. I'm in Texas. We're not going to have snow, although we have had snow once or twice. But I'm not concerned about that. I wanted to have as much unrestricted airflow as possible, and I put in an AFE power high performance drop-in filter. The biggest changes that I did do to the sort of intake system is the turbo inlet pipe by MST Performance, and I've also put in the matching turbo inlet tube also by MST Performance. Besides that, the only other aftermarket performance oriented things that I've done to the car are some Michelin Pilot Sport 4S summer tires. Again, I'm in Texas. I'm not concerned about snow, so I don't need all seasons or snow tires, thankfully. And the summer tires by Michelin actually do really well with the rain and in wet conditions. So that's my GTI in a nutshell. And I'm just glad to have this car. It's the best car I've owned. I did have a 2015 Scion FRS back in the day. That is actually the first sort of sports-centric sports car that I got for myself. It was a 2015 model. It was used, so I got it in 2016. The previous owner had already tuned it, and they put aftermarket wheels, tires on it. He had a full catback exhaust system in there. So by the time it got to me, it was a pretty awesome little sports car, rear-wheel drive. As you guys, for those who are familiar with the GR86 platform, the FRS was the Scion. It was Toyota's company, Toyota's brand, Scion FRS, before they rebranded it to a Toyota GR86. But that was a great car. And the only thing I ever did to it myself is I put in a K&N cold air intake, and that's where my interest in cars and modifying them and swapping parts out, that's where it started. However, it was not very practical. A little two-seater sports car, as much as it was fun to own and to drive, I only have one car in my household. So I needed something with more room, 4 doors, that was a bit more practical, and that's how I came across the GTI. I started doing some research on affordable sports cars, and then the GTI kept popping up in one of the top rated sports cars that you can own. It was affordable, and then I started to learn more about the practicality of the GTI. And I said, okay, well, let's give it a shot. I started to watch some YouTube reviews on them. Throttle House had a really good one on the Rabbit edition in the cornflower blue. As soon as I saw that review of the Rabbit edition in that stunning blue color, I knew I had to have it. Later on, I'm going to post and share a story about the origin story and how I came across this particular car, but it was definitely inspired by that Throttle House review. Anyway, fast forward to today, 6 years later, loving my GTI. It does everything. I've gone through about 2 or 3 different moves from one apartment to another, and the amount of stuff you can load and haul in this thing on one trip, it's incredible. I mean, I'm surprised how much once you drop the 2 back seats, it turns into a giant box. I forget what the specs are, but if you've never owned a GTI, you could fit a whole bunch of stuff in this thing and practically complete almost a full, 1-bedroom apartment move. But very practical, great car. I love Hoppelman. A lot of fun. He's a lot of fun. Great performance. After the tune, I mean, just that much funner. We'll get into some more spirited driving right now once we kind of clear this traffic here. But again, the point of today's video is kind of just to have a conversation with you guys, let you get to know me a little bit better, get a better idea of my experience with cars, my expertise. I am not a mechanical connoisseur or expert by any means, but I'm learning. And I'm learning from a lot of the other GTI owners on GTI forums. I'm currently in 2 GTI forums, and man, the people there, the community of GTI owners, are incredibly cool. They're laid back, they're kind of sarcastic smartasses with a good sense of humor, like me. And so, it's just, they're easy to talk to. If I need any advice, tips, tricks, things like that, they're very willing to lend their advice, and they are not condescending, or they don't judge you if you ask stupid questions, which I don't believe there's such a thing as a stupid question. If you don't know something, ask it, because there's probably a chance that 5 or 10 or however many other people might have that same question, and that's how we learn. So I have found the GTI community to be very open, very supportive, and just pretty cool guys and girls. So a little bit about me now. I am from Texas, although I was born in LA. I came to Texas when I was about 5 or 6, so Texas is kind of like my home state. It's not too bad. I've lived in a couple of the major cities of the state, and other than it being really hot, I like the diversity. It's been really chill. And outside of my growing interest for cars and my GTI, there are other hobbies and interests that I have. For example, I have been a lifelong football. I mean, when I say football, I mean soccer. I've been a lifelong football player. I've been playing since I've been about 12 or 13 years old. I've played club, played through high school, played through college. I still play in pickup leagues and men's leagues throughout, just to keep myself active. I am a huge Manchester United fan. I've been a Manchester United fan since I was probably about 11 or 12 years old. And we're currently going through some pretty dark times in the franchise, in the club. But, again, lifelong Man United fan. I'm not going to turn my back on them now, even though we're going through some tough times. If you watch English football, or you watch any football or soccer whatsoever, let me know in the comments section down below. Who do you support? I know that soccer and football in general has been growing in popularity in the States, and especially the English Premier League. So, if that's ever piqued your interest, let me know. But besides soccer, I'm actually a fan of other sports. I did play football. I played basketball when I was a kid. I was a big Spurs fan. I ran cross country. I ran track. So again, outside of my GTI, I'm a pretty active guy. I like to stay fit. And so sports and working out are some of the other things that you might see a little bit of in my channel. A little pull there. So I'm curious, outside of our shared interest for GTIs or cars in general, what else are you guys into? Let me know in the comment section down below. I know, you guys gotta have other hobbies, like gaming. Is it sports? Do you follow a particular team? Is it music? I have an interest in music as well. I grew up playing music in school, and I played the drums, I played the saxophone. Don't do it as much anymore, but I would say that a drum set, get me behind a drum kit. Oh my goodness, I love that. That's probably one of my favorite things outside of soccer and driving the GTI, where I feel right at home. Just absolutely love getting behind a drum kit. So yeah, to wrap things up, I want to thank each and every one of you who's taken the time to like, to comment, and most importantly, to subscribe to my channel. Currently, we are few but genuine subscribers, and I want y'all to know that I appreciate each and every single one of you. I do look forward to bringing you guys more GTI content, among other things that I enjoy and love. I did pick up some new equipment to bring you better looking, better sounding videos, and I do look forward to improving as a content creator for you guys, one video at a time. If you've enjoyed this format of content where we just take a drive and have an honest, open conversation with each other, let me know. I'm thinking about making this a series of different topics along with the modifications that I'm planning on doing to my car in the near future. Once again, guys, thank you very much. Please go ahead and like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I think I'm going to shut up for now and just enjoy the drive. Thank you so much, and drive safe, guys. I'll see you on the next one.